So I'm going to show you how to name your file folder and also how to share it and how to create folders within that folder for the various projects that we're working on. So in Google Classroom, here's the assignment. Here's what you're going to name your folder, your first folder. Art, hashtag, a student, hashtag. The first hashtag is what period you have me for art. In this case, it's 6th period. And then this second one is for what grade you're in. So I'm going to copy this text. And then I'm going to go to my Google Drive, select New, Folder, and I'm going to paste that in there by doing Control V on my keyboard. Now make sure this first one is what period you have me. As I said, in this case, it's 6th period. Please do not leave a student here. This is where you put your first initial and last name. And you'll notice that the first initial is a lowercase letter. That means a small letter, followed by your full last name with no spaces in between. And your last name starts with an uppercase letter. I'm going to pretend I'm in 8th grade here. So Art 6, J-Wing 8. Then I'm going to double click on that folder and share it with the instructor. In this case, it's me. So I'm going to select Share and then type in my email address, which is jwing2@sandy.net. You'll notice that it popped up after I started typing it. That's because I've communicated with the whole class before. Then I'm going to copy this link and send it. There was another assignment where we copied the link and sent it in a Google form. But for now, I'm going to go back to here, Google Classroom, and I'm going to create 4 folders. And I'm going to use the same parameters or the same specifics to name these files. So the first one is the cartoon portrait. That was one of our first projects in here. I'm going to copy this, go back in here, and notice that I'm inside the folder. I'm going to select New Folder, paste that in there. Notice that it changed a little bit. This time there's a P at the end. So I'm going to select all of this text. Actually, let's just select the name first, just to separate them out. Always first initial in lowercase. Last name starts with an uppercase. Again, this is 8th grade, period 6th. And create. Then I'm going to go back to Google Classroom, select the next one, copy this, New Folder, paste, Control V, change the name, change the grade, and change the period number. And remember, you're replacing these hashtags. Don't leave the hashtags on there. Back to Google Classroom, copy this one, create a new folder, paste it in there, change the first initial and last name, change this to 8th grade or 6th or 7th, change the period number. And we'll do the last one. Select all that text, copy it, create a new folder, paste it in, change the name, change the grade you're in, change the period, and create. I like to do list view on this. So if you click up here, now I can see all of the assignments. Notice the difference between these two. This was the original ink drawing. This one is the digital one where we're coloring it. So the next thing I'm going to do while I'm in Google Drive is I'm going to select New, and this time I'm going to upload a whole folder from the desktop or from the Downloads folder. Now your screen looks a little different than mine, but I'm just going to click on Downloads. And actually I created a folder because I don't want to upload everything in my Downloads folder. In fact, I've already cleaned it out, which is what you should do as well. So I created a mock-up folder on here called Downloads. So this time all I've done is I've clicked one time on the folder, and again, yours should be this one over here. And I'm going to select Upload. It's going to tell you how many files are in that folder. In this case, there are only 11. And click Upload. Depending on how many files are in there and how good your internet connection is, it might upload fairly quickly. So that's how you upload your Downloads folder. Then you can go back into your Downloads folder on your laptop and delete all the files in there because you've got them backed up on your Google Drive. So in this case, I'm going to select the grid layout so that I can see the pictures. Here's how you move files from one folder to another. Both of these go into the digital file, or actually I'm going to leave this in the cartoon portrait file. So I'm going to click on one of them and then hold the control key down on the keyboard and click on the other one. Then I'm going to hold the Alt key down on your keyboard and click on the image or tap on the image and select Move To. I'm going to click this back arrow and I'm going to put this in the Cartoon Portraits folder. I'm going to do the same thing for the rest of these images. So this is the AZ hand project. Again, I'm holding the control key down and tapping on each one of these. Hold the Alt key down, click on one of them and select Move To. Click this back arrow. This one goes into the AZ hand. And actually, since these have been colored, these actually go in the digital. I'm going to put them in here now and then move the one into the other folder. So just continue that process. These are all collage images. Move To, back up the arrow one, fruit collage, and move. Whenever you upload something from your computer, it sometimes attaches other files like this one. You can just go ahead and delete those because you don't need them. And now since I put the wrong images into this one, I'm going to take the two digital images and move them into the digital coloring folder. So again, I'm backing up to here, seeing my list of folders, AZ Hand Digital, and move. So since you've shared your top level folder with me, which you can always tell because there's a little icon here that you can click on and see who you've shared it with. Now I can access your images and make sure that you've created your folders and named them properly and add that to the gradebook, as well as add little videos to your folder for corrections or additions or suggestions to your artwork.